Hi, it's Taylor with Mom on the Spectrum, and today I'm doing part 2 of my video series over gaslighting. Today we're going to explore 3 simple strategies that you can use to ungaslight yourself and create healthier patterns in your life. Before we do that, I do want to make sure that you did see my new favorite fidget toy. This is the Ono Scroller. You've seen me talk about the Ono Roller. It's an equally well-made, beautifully designed product. I'm very big on high quality, and this is a high quality product. I've got a code for you in the description, 10% off when you use Mom on the Spectrum at checkout, and I can't wait to hear what you think about it. Okay, that being said, let's jump right into our topic of gaslighting today. So we're talking about 3 simple strategies that you can use to ungaslight yourself. The very first one is to gently become aware of your patterns. Okay, approach them with curiosity rather than judgment. That's all step 1, okay? So in order to change a pattern, we first have to become aware of what we're actually doing. So this can be done through therapy. This can be done through processing experiences with a trusted friend. Many of us also process verbally. So some of my best processing honestly happens when I'm driving alone in my car and I just talk out loud for a long time about things that are upsetting me. So however it is that you kind of find clarity through your life and life experiences, I would encourage you to do that. Journaling is also a really great way to do this. So as we become aware of our gaslighting patterns, which part 1 of this series might help you identify those patterns a bit more, we want to come at those with curiosity, right? Rather than judging ourselves and being like, oh, why am I like that? Why did I do that? Why did I say that? That's judgment. Come from a place of curiosity, oh, there's probably a reason why I do things this way. I wonder what could have led me to make that decision. I wonder what could have led me to say that to myself rather than saying something kind. So anytime you notice yourself feeling judgment, I often talk about curiosity and judgment being 2 sides of the same coin. When you feel that judgmental voice, see if you can flip to a space of curiosity, and it feels so much better. And I also feel like it's really necessary to come from a place of curiosity when we're creating lasting change in our lives, okay? Hardly ever do we create lasting change when we're being really hard on ourselves and judgmental. Okay, so that's the first step. Gently become aware of your patterns and accept them with curiosity rather than judgment. The second one is to validate your own experiences through the use of affirmations. And there's so many different affirmations you can use, but one of my favorite is, it makes sense that I feel this way. Okay, so many times, like we talked about in part 1, we've been told we're oversensitive, we're overreacting, we're overthinking. But if you just flip that to, oh, it actually makes sense that I feel this way because that was a really overwhelming situation, or they were really rude when they said that, and it makes sense that I would be offended. Whatever you need to say to yourself to validate, like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Okay, I'm not gonna be too hard on myself because that was actually a pretty appropriate reaction for what happened, right? Another one that I like is, in this moment, I am safe. So a lot of times when we are dealing with unwanted thoughts, a lot of times it can be related to past things that we can't change anymore, or future stressors that haven't happened, and most of the time, spoiler alert, never do. So in this present moment, 9 times out of 10, I'm making that statistic up, we're usually safe, like in this one moment right here. So tell yourself, in this moment, I am safe. I have control over my actions. Okay, these are just some things you can tell yourself as you're working on creating new patterns. Another one I like is, no one understands my experience better than I do, right? So don't let other people tell you how you should live your life or how you should be feeling about something. Excuse me? No, you're the only person who knows what it's like to be in your shoes at this given moment. And you're the only person that's ever going to know what it's like to live your life. So no one understands your experience as well as you do. I also like the affirmation, I can trust my own judgment. This might be tricky for some of us because some of us might not actually believe that. So you have to choose an affirmation that you actually believe. So you could start with, I can learn how to trust my own judgment. That's a really important place to come from. So if you don't yet trust it, reminding yourself, I can learn, or I can get back to a place of trusting my own judgment. And that's a practice. We don't just automatically, I wish we could just snap our fingers and be like, I trust myself now. But for those of us who have been through trauma and different upsetting past events, it takes some time to reestablish that trust, okay? So any affirmation that feels good to you, that you actually believe, that's a great place to start. The third thing is to reconnect with your body. So a lot of autistic people, we live in our brains. We rationalize everything, and rather than feeling, we kind of retreat to a mental state of being, and we downplay the feedback that our body is giving us. A lot of times we feel uncomfortable when we really tap into our body's sensations. And so this is something that needs to be done slowly for some of us. Maybe somatic therapy could be helpful for those of us that have a lot of healing that we need to do within our bodies. My favorite way to reconnect to my body is yoga, any form of yoga. Particularly if you're in a super burnt out phase, yin yoga, Y-I-N yoga, super healing and transformative and calm and gentle. So the great thing about YouTube is that there's a ton of free yoga. That's one of my favorite things about YouTube, honestly. Check out Yoga with Adrienne, not affiliated, just love her to death. She's one of the most calm, compassionate, gentle souls that I've ever witnessed. So yoga is my favorite way to reconnect with my body, and it's really healing because, again, our bodies give us important feedback that so many of us have learned to downplay. So it's important to just open ourselves back up when we have the capacity to do so and say, I really want to hear what my body is saying to me. That is such a powerful place to be in. Okay. So again, it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but you've got to choose that again and again and again as our brain develops new neural pathways to create new patterns of behavior. I wish I could snap my fingers and make it happen for you. But in the meantime, I'm going to be here on the sidelines reminding you that you can do it and that it's worth it. Okay. And when you need some extra support and just things that feel good along the way, don't forget about super cool little fidgets like the Ono scroller and the Ono roller. So link in the description for that. Let me know how this topic is resonating with you. I know it can be kind of an emotional topic, but it's a super important one. So let me know what else you would add to the list, things that help you ungaslight yourself, because I'm always learning from this beautiful, brilliant community. And speaking of that, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and participate in the comments. Like, this community is truly beautiful. I don't know of another online community like it. I'm so proud of what we're doing here, and I would really love for you to be a part of it. Okay, that's all I've got. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Be kind to yourself. Bye.